Thank me later, yeah, I know what I said. But later doesn't always come, so instead.
Cause I'm back and I'm better. Check, mic check. We're gonna keep checking in. What's up, y'all?
Are we live?
We live. This
live,
is the
let's get
Thank
it.
Me Later podcast, episode number 8. We are back again. It is your boy Nutty.
Slow Jam Philly.
And we are here, episode 8, man. It's good to be back.
Missed y'all as always.
Man, it's been a good week. Some good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Minus yesterday. My guy Steph Curry had the worst playoff game of his career, and I was pretty depressed about it.
Bounce back. He's gonna bounce back.
But other than that happening, the other big event, Avengers Endgame, changed everything for me. Crazy. If y'all haven't seen that, go out and see that, support that. Except for you gentrified Marvel fans who ain't seen more than one Marvel movie, but then going to see Endgame, talking about how emotional you were. I want to hear that. Get out of here. You ain't even seen all the other Marvel movies. I ain't trying to hear it. But anyway, I'm going to kick this thing off with my hot take of the day.
Ooh, I forgot it was your hot take.
My hot take.
Talk to me.
Check this out. So I'm preparing for a new fitness journey. I'm starting tomorrow. I'm headed on a really extreme fitness journey to get back to where I'm used to being.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as I'm preparing for this, the one thing I keep noticing on social media is these non-trainers in the gym with the let me put my phone down, press record, and recording my trash-ass workout. You're not motivating anybody. Your workout is not for nobody but yourself. Nobody wants to see it on social media. If you're not a trainer and you're not getting paid for it, stop recording yourself at the gym. It's literally not like, especially some of the people who in the gym and making zero progress. You look the same way last year as you do now. But you keep posting these videos like it's just cut it out. Just focus on your work.
Hot take.
Get your work in and move on. Like stop putting that shit on social media. For them, the motivation should be in the mirror. Look in that mirror. You see your motivation right there. Oh, and FYI with my workout journey, once this jawline and these cheekbones start hitting again, hey, stay on my DMs, ladies. I'm letting you know now. Don't come for me. I'm coming in hot this summer, but don't jump in my DMs. I ain't with it. I bet. So we off that now. Hot take is over. Let's get it. First topic.
I seen some. Well, I mean, it's always been a topic and it's always been a thing. People always wonder, can their significant other have a friend of the opposite sex and it would actually be a friendship? And I was like, in my eyes, yes.
Obviously,
I don't understand what the issue is. But I think it's more so of a trust thing, temptation thing, where you're like, what you're basically like, where you're leading from in your relationship. I just never understood what the problem was with having a friend. Now, again, it depends on the extent of the relationship, what the past history of the relationship is in that friend, and all these other aspects in a relationship. But I don't see a problem with you having a friend of the opposite sex as long as there's boundaries and there's things that come into play.
But see, that's the thing. The boundaries are obvious.
Right.
Like if you're in a relationship,
right.
You're not going like you're not f***ing your friend. Obviously, that's your friend. You're not flirting with your friend like that. That's your homie. Like the boundaries should be known, and there shouldn't have to be rules put in place. Like, oh, you can't do this, can't say this. Like it should be known.
There's things that have happened before. I mean, friends have had intercourse with each other. I mean, while in a relationship, things have happened. So I get the caution behind it, but I don't get why it's like, if you trust your partner and you and your partner have a comfortable relationship and that partner makes you feel secure, I don't see the problem with having a friend of the opposite sex. Like if I'm going to introduce you to my girl, I'm going to make sure my girl's comfortable with you. If you overstep boundaries, you will not be my friend. Those are all things that I feel like don't even need to be said.
No.
Like I'm not going to, and also the history of my friendship. Like if me and you've been friends for like forever, then and my girlfriend comes first, you should automatically know you come, like, my girlfriend should know that she comes first, regardless of I had my
Yes.
friend for 10 years. Like, there's just things that I feel like people that don't need to be, don't need to be said, but they should be said in some instances for communication, depending on the relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you are my friend. She, like, me and you, all right, so me and you are friends. We meet, you meet my girlfriend, there's no problem. Regardless if you're attractive or not, there's no issue. If you were to try to make a pass on me at any instance in the situation, in a relationship, you will no longer be my friend. But also, I think it's important that your significant other trusts that even if you're not around, like, I have went out to eat with my friends, like me and my friend, my lady friend before, we went out to eat to go eat or something like that, and my significant other hasn't had an issue with it. But it shouldn't be an issue.
Wait, so let me go back to something you said. So you're saying that if you got a friend right now that obviously knows you're in a relationship and they make a pass at you, friendship's over.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what if? See, that's it. That's where things get tricky.
But
because
that
listen,
means there was no.
let me explain. Let me explain. That person could wholeheartedly be your friend, right? But what if at some point you maybe had something with this friend? You know, whether you hooked up or had a moment, that friend may think that this is their last potential chance to let you know how they feel.
But
Let you know how they feel, respectfully let you know how they feel, and they accept whatever decision you make, whether it's to say, you know what, I don't feel the same, I'm in a happy relationship, I appreciate you telling me, but I'm in a relationship. And they say, okay, I understand, and you continue along being friends. I find I think that's fine, because someone who holds on to it and never says anything could lose their mind every time they're around you, but
Right.
never say it.
But I don't.
But if you have the conversation as friends, you have that conversation. Look, I understand we might have had something before. I appreciate you letting me know, but I'm good over here.
But that's why at the beginning I said, what's the context of a friend? Like, I have friends who've been my friends like for years who I know that is never going to make it. Like, I don't even look at them that way. They don't look at me that way. It would never, ever happen. Now, there are associates and friends maybe that we flirted back in the day, might have messed around years ago, who I'm still cool with. Like, I have friends that I've messed around with that 10 years ago that I'm cool with now. Like, yeah, like, I see you, it's good. Like, introduce you to my girlfriend. Like, we're friends on social media. You might even come out to an event of mine or something like that. Like, we're homies.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go out to eat with you or kick it with you alone, knowing that me and you used to mess around. Just out of respect for my partner, and because that's only going to lead to temptation, or it's going to bring up feelings that you used to have for me. Like, you know what friend or what person it has potential to tell you, like, hey, I care about you, or I don't care about you, or like, I care about you in this way, I've always had feelings for you. And then you know those other friends who are going to be like, what? Like, you? Like, I don't never. Like, that will never. Like,
That's
I just
tough,
feel like there's
man.
different situations in friendships. Like, and also, I feel like, I mean, we bring up this, oh, man, you should know, like, at least temptation, like, you should never have, like, happy wife, happy girlfriend, whatever the case may be. If she's happy, if your girl don't like her, then you don't like her. If your girl's uncomfortable with it, then you shouldn't have it. Like, first off, I don't feel like I feel like that's just a stigma with relationships and men. Like, I don't want a girlfriend who is going to be uncomfortable with me having lady friends. Like, I'm me. Like, I shouldn't ever have to adjust who I am in order to make you feel comfortable or with your insecurities. Like, I'm never going to do that. Like, if you don't accept who I am as a person, I'm a friendly person, I have lady friends, I'm gonna always put you first. You're gonna meet them. I'm gonna be with you more time. I'm gonna spend way more time than you with them. I might not ever spend time alone with them unless they just want to catch up for a lunch or something. And I'm gonna let you know. Or the other times you're most likely gonna be there when they're my lady friends. We're not gonna be chopping it up on the phone all the time. Like, I don't understand why that's an issue, and it shouldn't even be an insecurity with women. Like, I don't understand that.
Let's do this. This topic stemmed from a social media post. I'm not even gonna say the dude's name because I think he's kind of a cornball. But we gonna play this clip real quick and then respond afterwards.
So a dude hit me up on the gram the other day and he said, Prince Donnell, can I have a wife but still be friends with other women? And the answer to that question is hell no. And this may sound arrogant when I say this, but I'm too good of a dude to be friends with single women because I have so much to offer and I'm so friendly that might turn that single woman on, and next thing you know, I'm dealing with temptation and I don't need that in my life. You feel what I'm saying? And I want to let all my fellas know this. If a woman found you worthy enough to be a husband, that means other single women will find you worthy too. But here's the thing, you don't know their intentions, and next thing you know, you was too friendly to that chick and now you end up homeless because you laid up in that hotel with that chick, your wife found out, and you lost your entire family. Don't do it to yourself. Listen, if I got any women as friends, they acquaintances. They friends with me and my wife. You feel me? So that nothing could ever get in between, because I don't play around with temptation. And you too good of a dude to be playing around with temptation too.
Okay, so that's the clip that was played, and he posted it on social media, basically saying that as a married man, or I guess even if you're in a deep relationship, that he can't have female friends because he's such a good dude that those women are going to look at him in a different kind of way. So therefore, his only female friend should be his woman because that should be his all and his everything. So I'm gonna let Phil kind of touch on that.
See, that's my thing. Like, I feel like I'm an amazing dude, just like you, brother. But I don't understand. Like, see, that's why I'm saying there's context to everything. If he's talking about, I'm such a good dude, I don't want any new female friends in my life because they're gonna see the great guy that I am in a light that maybe my partner sees me in, and they're gonna catch feelings for me. But I don't. But again, of course, like, that goes without being said. If I'm married, I'm not about to be going out there looking or having a bunch of female friends, or even if I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to be going out there looking for my new female friends or whatever the case may be. And if I meet a new woman, it's most likely going to be with my partner. My partner's going to know who she is. Like, we're going to welcome you in our relationship basically together. So I don't understand, like, is he just talking about going out and I meet a girl at the club, hey, you want to be friends? Like if I already have an established friend, like I said, past with that my girlfriend has met, my girlfriend's comfortable with, when we get married, like, oh, you can't be my friend no more because I'm married? No, you'll be at my wedding. You're going to be happy for me and my wife. Like, again, what extent are we talking about friendship? I'm not going to call my lady friend and just be talking all the time. My girlfriends only call me about boy problems. They call me to see how I'm doing. They call me maybe to go out to lunch and just to check in on me. Right. Like, it's never like, what are these friendships that are going on? They're not sending me no nude pictures or anything like that. Or hey, do I look good in this? Or something like while my girlfriend is turned over in the bed. Like, they're not doing any of that stuff.
And that's what I think that's what I think this dude's problem is, because I think, one, he's just saying what he thinks women want to hear. That's what I think is part one of that. That's why
all the ladies agreed with.
Part two of it is maybe that nigga has had his relationships with females have only, like, he's never had a real female friend. Right. He doesn't know what a female friend is. He's probably only had relationships with women where it's been physical, or there's been an attraction, or there's been something that causes concern for his woman. And she's the one that tells him, like, no, nigga, every female I've ever met, you've either hooked up with, or you've had something with, or they want you, or some shit. He's not talking about an actual friend. That's why I don't agree with shit like that, or these dudes that get on social media. And there's another one, I'll say his name because I think he's a clown too, that Derek Jackson dude. All he does is shit on men.
I don't even know who that is. Or I would have to.
Oh, you'll, like, I'm going to show you. But all these dudes do on social media is shit on guys to get women to understand what they're doing, or buy their book, or support their brand, which I get it. but it's not. There's no real logic behind it because I can be friends with the woman whether I've hooked up with her or not.
Honestly,
I can be just friends with her, and it be just that. And I have that in my life, whether I'm in a relationship or not. Like it's irrelevant to try to. It's not even trying to change somebody, but trying to make them feel like they have to be boxed in any type of way
and to keep it real,
because of someone else's insecurities.
and all that's gonna do is cause resentment in a relationship. All that's gonna do is cause you breaking up, you divorcing, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you'll be beefing all the fucking time.
And that's the thing. Like society thinks that there's a certain way to go about a relationship when you can't do this, you can't do that.
No.
How is it working out for society?
That's
We
what I'm
have
saying.
High divorce rates. Everybody's always breaking up with whoever, like because you're always trying to follow something else. You're trying to follow
These
this
fucking rules,
like, and these rules that don't even apply to everybody. Like everybody is different
Preach.
in their own way.
Hey,
like
preach, Phil.
like,
Gosh.
everybody is different in their own
Dang it.
way. Like you're not. My relationship is not going to be like Danny's.
No.
Danny's relationship isn't going to be like his brother's or the next person's. Like we have to stop trying to follow this handbook that says that we can and can't do this in our relationship. Just be you and understand your partner, and your relationship will be successful. Be okay. Show respect. Like grow with that person. Okay. There's no type of handbook to a relationship when you're the one in, like when you and your partner are the one in it. Nobody knows what you guys go through.
Legit.
Like
Do what works for you. If you and your partner are in an agreement that having friends of the opposite sex creates issues within your relationship, don't do it. If you are with someone who's totally secure with themselves and secure with your relationship and is okay with you either having past female friends or making new friends as you go, do that. If you and your partner are in a situation where you want to bring other people into your relationship, that's your choice to do so. Do what works for you. Stop following this society forced into what works for you. Like that's what gets a lot of people in trouble, man. That's where a lot of relationships go to is because you follow this path that you think is the right one, but it's not yours. Mm-hmm. Follow yours.
Yeah, it's all context, though. Like again,
it is. It's all within context.
Within context of what your situation is. Like if you done cheated on her 2 times, and
you probably shouldn't have no female friends. Like that's that.
If you
especially if she keep taking you back.
Right, if you got caught up texting chicks in your phone and you telling her
that's your fault.
Friend,
stop.
And they're not friends. Like
that's
you
on you,
friends,
buddy.
My brother. Like
you can't have friends, or you just need to be single.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. There's context to everything.
That's the big difference. But then if you can keep friends and keep it just that, cool. But if you out here trying to be in a relationship and it's an understanding in your relationship that there are lines you don't cross with women and you keep crossing those fucking lines, that's on you, buddy. You can't. Don't blame society on what you're doing, like especially that's your understanding in your relationship. Rich. So don't try to don't use what we're saying to support your stupid ass antics in your relationship. Right? Either be in one and understand what's going on in it, or don't be in one at all.
Feel me?
You feel me? So yeah, just keep that in mind. Do what works for you, but with an understanding that you have to be on some type of common ground with who you're with.
I feel you, brother.
Right? That's it.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Hey, allergies. You can hear it.
You can hear it. It's all up in the nostrils, man. If we sneeze or something, man, don't judge us because we ain't reshoot none of this. But we've been seeing a lot of this on TV, and we're gonna try not to broaden it out as much, or would you try to keep it sort of within a certain? It could go on forever.
Totally different.
But when it comes to equality amongst men and women, and I'm going to start it off with a story I saw on ESPN about WNBA players thinking that they should get paid. I don't know why I'm laughing, but why they should get paid equally to what men get. Um, it's an understanding logic. I understand why they feel this way, but what reality says is that y'all don't make enough revenue to get equal pay.
And that's what I was gonna say. If we're coming from a business standpoint, like it's impossible
Yeah.
because they don't bring in enough.
Now,
Like
again, in society, men and women should be equal in terms of everything when it comes to, equal rates at getting jobs, equal rates at, making if you're an equal executive to a man, you should definitely get the same
right.
amount. Even on the negative side, if you commit a crime, it should be equal, time served or whatever it is in terms of that. But from a sports aspect or from a business standpoint, it's tough for women to advocate for equal pay when it's just not the same. Like it doesn't make sense business wise for a woman to make $20 million a year playing basketball when they may not, that one team may not bring that revenue in by itself.
Right. And the entertainment factor in terms of like society or people, watching it. I watch it. I mean, I'm a basketball fan, but that's what I'm saying. See, like I watch all basketball.
I'd rather watch
WNBA,
women's
NBA,
college basketball than anything.
I watch women's cup. Well, I only watch I watch.
Shout out to our homies who played hoop.
Yeah, I watch all their games.
Our crew,
Cal Poly,
our girls.
Poly. Shout out to y'all. But I watch college softball. Like I watch women's sports. But again, in terms of like bringing that in, I'm just one person. There's billions of people in this world.
Yeah, Phil's not gonna be able to make up like that 20 million you
exactly.
want.
My thing about the whole equality is I agree totally, but I don't like when it's like sometimey. I don't like when it's in certain situations.
Yeah.
Where like if she and I'm one of the biggest advocates for hitting women. But when social media will have an uproar about a man punching a girl or whatever the case may be. But if a woman hits a dude, if a girl hits a dude,
good for him, girl,
or something like that, it's like they'll basically again they're still blaming the guy for hitting the woman after she socked him in the face,
punched him in the face.
No,
it could be on video,
right? You got to be expected.
Oh, he deserved that shit.
If you want to be treated equal, you got to be expected to get hit back. Even though I would never lay my hands on a woman in my life.
Yeah, I've never done it. Phil's never done it.
Who hits a woman is a coward. Like I will say that openly. But again,
but we're talking equality
things, right? And everybody wants equality, but it's for for certain situations. If you're sexual harassed. Again, there's an uproar for women, but if a man comes out and sexual harassed, he's weak. He's all these names. Oh, you're a punk. Like, oh, you wanted it. Like,
yeah, Terry Crews comes out and says he was sexually harassed, and men. It was crazy. It was men and women, but people came for his head, calling him weak, calling him punk. Why didn't he fight back? I've never been in that situation, but I can understand the psychological triggers of that. You know what I'm saying? But to go back to the other part where you talk about men hitting women, again, I've never put my hands on a woman. I would never just outright do it. But when it comes to the equalness of it, if there's a physical situation that I cannot run from, and I feel like I'm getting physically assaulted or that my health is at risk, I'll lay you out. Like that, and that's life in general. That goes for a man, that goes for a woman. If I feel like I'm being threatened or that my health is potentially like gonna be messed with,
right.
You'll get laid out.
Yeah.
But sure. Understand that it's not, you can't take that as a, you should have held her down. You should have no. There are cases where you have to lay somebody out. That's just how life is. You know what I'm saying? Like if your life isn't being threatened, feel free. You know what I'm saying? But under the context of if you don't have to as a man, You definitely shouldn't. But ladies, stop thinking that you can put your hands on any man and thinking that he's not gonna smack you back. Like you can get up crying all you want to, but if you threw the first punch, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you.
I just think in terms of like just equality as a whole, like there's always going to be that equality conversation because there will never be full equal equality across the board for men and women when it comes to certain aspects. That's just life. Just like if we want to talk about the club scene or going out, how many times women don't even expect to pay when they go to a club anymore. Like they don't even expect. Like if you say $20, $10, they look at you like you're drunk,
crazy.
like you're crazy. But again, that goes to equality. Man, we paying 20. We're paying for bottle service.
Bottles.
Women get in and then they get escorted to somebody or they get chosen for somebody's bottle service, depending on how you look or depending on who you're with. We're paying, but again, that goes to equality. Women have the sex appeal. Like women are going to bring more people to the club. I mean, that's a given. So therefore, we have to be accepting. I accept that. Like I
don't accept shit. Listen, you want some bottles at my table? Listen, baby, you got the next one.
Like
you got the next one.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Equality across the board.
That's what I'm saying. We equal out here.
Everything. If we're talking about equal, that's not equal. But again, you got to accept things and pick and choose what you're gonna talk about equality on. Because again, I don't want to get into every topic in the whole entire world when we talk about equality. Like I said, we could talk about sexual harassment.
Equal has one definition.
Right.
This like one side gets the same as the other. That's what equal means. That's what equality means. Women, it's like with not. I'm not even gonna say the Me Too movement, but the feminist movement is it's appreciated, but at the same time, there's some hypocrisy there because women want the equality benefits that men get, but it seems like when it's the negative equality that sometimes they do get, that's when they want to turn the woman switch on. I'm a girl. But I'm a girl. So what? Pay that $20 to get in the club. So what? You hit him first. So what? He's better at the job than you are. That's why you're not getting the money. Like, equal. You feel me? If you're equally good at something, you will get the benefits. With the sports thing, I don't feel women are going to get the equal benefits because one, they don't make the same revenue, and two, I just don't think women are as good at basketball as men are.
And again,
that's
ladies, that's no knock.
It's not a knock
to women. Like that's no knock. Like it's just physically
it's the entertainment value of it.
Physically, I don't want to say impossible, but very close to physically impossible for the best women's basketball. And ladies, come on, you guys gotta. And again, this is no knock. You just kind of gotta agree and just accept that. Like
it's like you gotta know it. It's kind of obvious.
Player and the best women's basketball player like playing each other, or put LeBron in the WNBA. LeBron's gonna average 50, 20, and 20.
It's gonna average more than that.
In the NBA, I mean, I don't know what she's going to average, but she's not going to have the same effect as LeBron did in the WNBA. Like, so again, it's just that whole factor of just certain things being like out of your hands. Like, we're just accepting certain things. Like, I accept that I'm not going to get in all the clubs free or get the same treatment as women when I go out. I accept that I'm not going to be invited to tables.
Yeah, like understand the inevitability of it. Like it's just how certain things are. You know what I'm saying?
Things work.
But again, that's one aspect. Like that's sports. Sports is a whole different beast than actual real life scenarios. Like a CEO job. If you're better at it than a man, you should get the same pay. If you punch a man in the face and he punches you back, you both should go to jail for the same amount of time.
Right.
Honestly, I even think if he hits you and you hit him back, both should go to jail at the same time just for being stupid. But
things should happen.
You know what I'm saying?
Divorced, and you make more money than him or whatever the case
You
may
cashing
be,
me
you
out.
cashing him out. Same way he
I
would
want
cash you out.
half. That's the thing. We in California.
Same way he would
California
cash you
is
out.
you know,
That's what I'm
give me
saying.
my
The same
half.
rules
Run my
apply.
check. All of
Like
that.
if and that's sort of the thing is like I mean the system. I mean majority of the time again is going to favor the woman getting custody of your child over the man. I don't know why, but in most instances, statistics show that the women get custody of the child more than the man does. Or in divorce rates, um, the woman is going to get cash out more times than the man is. And again, that has to do with money. I get that. I understand that. But again, equality. If you're making the same amount as him or more, you should got to cash him. You should have to cash him out
Yeah,
the
man.
same
We
way.
talking
He should have
equal
to
out
cash
here,
you out.
man. I need my chips, man. If you make more than me, we get married, divorce, and it's an amicable split.
Same thing.
I need my half, and I need my spousal support. Okay, you feel me? All these years I put into this, help raise these kids, help support your
You
your
need your-
career.
you need your-
I need my ends,
The
man.
labor.
I need all of that. So if we talking equal, let's keep it 100 and keep it equal all across the board, baby. That's just that.
Equality.
Equality. We all out here. We all out here struggling to get ours. So let's be equal, people. All right. Burning bridges.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what? I know there was something else. Okay. We talked about burning bridges. It was more so like, how many times does
Can somebody fuck up
basically, yeah, or like,
before you just say I'm
I'm
done with
done.
it?
I'm through with you. Because, some people get more chances than others. Depending on the scenario, again, like you might forgive your friend. My thing would probably be if you tried to make a pass at my girlfriend, disrespected my family.
You make a pass in my woman. I'm beating your ass.
Exactly.
That bridge is
Gone. That's what I'm saying. Like
there's
if you
no.
try to, there's
There's certain
obvious
things
ones,
you just ain't coming back from. That's
right.
one of them.
Obvious ones, like if you try to steal from me, disrespect my family, like I said, put my career in jeopardy by something you've done. But like there's certain things like if we're not going to the intense role like those, like if you said something about me behind my back that you didn't say in my face, and then one of the other homies told me or whatever. I think we would still be friends, but I think there would be a conversation.
Yeah, we gotta talk
I
about
don't know
it.
if it'll be a heated conversation. I don't know if there will be blows involved, but there will have to be a conversation on why you felt that it was cool to talk to me about somebody else and not say it to me. So that's something, of course, that would have to be discussed. I know a lot of times homies get into it over women. Like, again, if you talk to a girl that I used to talk to, again, it depends on. I have friends that there's been situations with our friends where, they talk to the same girl, or a girl that you're dating has messed with a boy in the past. There's several situations
Out here crossing swords.
I think that has to be a conversation. Again, depending on the extent of who you were to that woman, there has to be a conversation about if we could be cool or where we're gonna go from there.
Yeah.
In terms of friendships.
Yeah. I only have like I mentioned, I don't remember what episode it was. There's only one woman in my past that totally off limits. Like to this day, like it's just there's no conversation to be had. But any other woman outside of that, hey, go for it, buddy. I hope y'all are happy.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
I hope it's good to you.
Yeah.
You feel me? But in terms of like not coming back from, like, those are all good. But I think most scenarios can be talked out, figured out, depending on who the person is. But that's the one thing you can learn from somebody is that if they potentially you feel like they're burning a bridge, how they respond to it coming out of it will tell you a lot
That's
about
actually
how
true.
it can move on
Right,
forward,
like, and
whether you
like,
can move on or not.
right, like if it was an actual mistake, like
Yeah.
mistake, or that's just how they move, like that's just how they work.
Because I'll tell you one thing, which I mean, this is like as real as it can be as far as me. Like for me, one thing is when it comes to money. Like if I let somebody hold something and you know and they expect to pay it back or whatnot, I expect it and I don't want to say a timely manner, but at the same time, if they're a true friend and you understand what's going on with them to why like that's something where I'm not gonna be like, oh, bridges burn,
Right.
because there's scenarios right now where there's some I have a couple good friends who've helped me out,
Right.
where if it wasn't because of the great friendship we have,
Right.
those bridges could have been burnt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that where friendships can be lost is due to either money, due to a woman or a man, or even or like those are I probably say those two things, and talking about somebody behind their back. Those three things are like the things that like are tough to navigate, and it really depends on the person. If you really fuck with them,
Right.
and you know them, and are able to either talk it out or understand what's going
like how
on.
close you are with them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's instances where I've had friends in college who have talked about me, tried to get in my chick at the time or whatever, and I wasn't really, I was bothered by it, but me and you weren't that close to begin with for me to just be like, oh, you hurt me type of thing. Like I was just kind of like, oh, I'm off you, like whatever. There's not even a conversation that needs to be had. Like I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Me and you aren't that close, anyways. Now, if it was like one of my close friends within my circle, there needs to be a conversation. Like there's gonna be something that needs to be talked about.
Let me holler at you for a minute, brother.
And again, I think it's healthy for friends to have that conversation and talk about issues that they have with each other, issues that are going on with them, so that they can see, like, I mean, because you feel like you know a person, but sometimes, I mean, when there's pushback, you really get to know that friend and see how strong that friendship is.
Yeah.
Like, because if you never really knew how that person moved, like you really get to see their true colors when, again, there's something that happens where they have to react a certain way, whether it's them talking, a girl that you both were talking to, and if they're trying to get at the girl so much where they're dogging your name in a situation. I mean, it has happened before, but if they're trying to get at that girl so much where they got to dog you in order to get her, you kind of see like, that's not how I really work. That's not the type of person that I want in my life. So our friendship is not that valuable. Now I see how you work. I'm kind of off you. Like if they're a situation where there's money involved, and I even look at. I mean, it's just I even peep about like we're in groups and they never want to pay. They never want to pay for nothing when it comes to like going out or having a big trip, and they're waiting for you to get all the snacks, or they're waiting for you to buy all the tables. Like all those little things that come into play when you're talking about friendship, that you kind of just got to look at. I mean, I'm blessed to have great friends in my life. And even the friends that I've had, we have probably all argued. We have all like got in the instance where we have done something that each other didn't like. But I mean, it takes a man to just be like, hey, I apologize, I was wrong. Or if you didn't like that, let me adjust. Like now, if I'm still doing the same thing, then we shouldn't be friends no more. Or I'm just not that valuable. I mean, you're just not that valuable in my life if you continue to do the same things that I know bothers me and that affects me in my relationship with you. So.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm all about not burning bridges. For friendship wise, business wise, you never know when you're gonna need somebody. So if anybody's ever done anything for you, reassure them that I appreciate it. I'm gonna always have your back. If you know what I'm saying, if it's a scenario where someone spoke on you before and you had to talk about it, don't do it no more. Because after the first time, it could be time to fight.
Right.
Like, don't.
And I get, and my thing is, I want to be kind of empathetic to people who have issues going on in their life where they can't be the best friend or, you know, the best person to you. I've had friendships with my boys and the opposite sex who have not been the best friends because of something that's going on in their life. And I wasn't even worried about what was going on in their life at the time, for them to not be good friends because they didn't tell me. So again, I think, again, it's important, just like in relationships, to communicate. A friendship is a relationship, so you have to communicate with your friend if you want that friendship, which is a relationship, to sustain. Like if you're going through family issues and things of that nature, and we're supposed to hang out, and you keep flaking on me, or whatever the case may be, if I text you or I call you, you keep ignoring my call, and you know we're supposed to be boys, but yet you all over social media or something like that, and you don't tell me what's going on in your life, like, how am I even supposed to be understanding to, you know, how am I supposed to be understanding to that? I can't be understanding because I don't know what's going on. But again, I think if you're that person burning bridges with your friends, apologize.
Get your life together.
It's never too late to realize, like, hey, I burned those bridges. I wasn't a good friend. I've actually had a friend recently, like maybe early last year or something, send me a long text about, hey, I wasn't being a great friend, like, because that person literally just ghosted me and was like disappeared, and I'm like, what? Would call, you know, do all these things, and then like months later, hey, I wasn't being a good friend. You know, I was going through some things. I was figuring out myself, and I didn't know how to do that. You know, I'm sorry. Like, it wasn't right to you. I accepted the apology, but me and that person will never be like close like that again. But I accept your apology. Like, I understand what you were going through and everything like that. But it was a time where, like, it was a time period in my life and your life where, you know, I might have needed you or you might have needed me and you weren't there for me. So I can't really count on you to be. Now, if you want to build that up, you want to build that relationship up, I'm all for it or whatever, but I don't think you'll ever be able to get back to that place if you continue to burn bridges with your friends.
Yep. So cut this shit. Okay? Just keep, you know, be a good friend.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole person. It's that simple. Don't burn your bridges because you never know when you're going to need them. That's just that. We're going to close episode 8 with our top 5. And we got a great suggestion from a friend. We're going to do our top 5 black male actors.
Ooh.
I'm going to pull up a list.
Top 5. I mean, there's basically top 3 to keep it real because we already know 2. Everybody who is listening knows 2. So
throw Denzel on there.
Denzel Smith.
Denzel Will.
There's basically a top 3. I mean, after those 2.
Who are you gonna go with? I can see Samuel L. Jackson in there.
Samuel L. Jackson. Ooh, Samuel.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, name some. Who else?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
I mess with Don Cheadle. I like a lot of his movies.
Who else you got?
Who else we got? Forrest Whitaker.
Ooh. Okay.
Eddie. But, you know, that's
Eddie
more on the
Murphy.
comedy side.
I really like, and he might not be top 5, but I really like Taye Diggs as an actor.
I was going to say, I like Taye Diggs, yeah. He's not top 5, but I like Taye Diggs.
I like Taye Diggs as an actor. I mean,
there's not many movies he's done that I didn't like.
Right. Like Taye Diggs, Will Smith, Denzel, Morgan Freeman, he's an OG. Like, I mean, he's Hall of Fame, basically.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker, too.
Cuba Gooding.
Ooh, okay. See, I'm just trying to think of, like, actors that are, that we don't, we know, but it's like, we know Forrest Whitaker, you know, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, those are OGs. We're talking like,
man.
I'm simple top 5. Denzel Will in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Taye Diggs is going to go in my top 5.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to put Jamie Foxx in my top 5.
I like, he might not be in everybody's top 5, but I like Morris Chestnut. I really like Morris Chestnut as an actor too. So I would go.
And I think And I think Don Cheadle will be round up my
Don
top
Cheadle.
5. That's my 5.
Yeah, Denzel, Will, Ted Diggs, Morris Chestnut, and then I would have to throw a 5th in there, whoever I could think of out of one of the movies. But I actually like what's his name? I like Martin as an actor too. So I like Martin. Every movie that Martin's been in has been. I mean, if you think about Blue Street, All the Bad Boys, Big Mama's House, like all of those have been funny to me. Like Martin is a good actor.
Yeah.
Like I gotta put Martin in there too.
Martin's in there. All right, that's our top 5. Yo, this has been episode number 8. We love y'all, man. We appreciate it. We gonna holler at y'all next time, man. We are
coming in fast,
out.
coming in hot. See y'all.
Thank me later, yeah, I know what I said. But later doesn't always come, so instead.